Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm Samson Evolved, and we're back here in it. We've been doing a little bit of research in the off time, I guess. So what I want to do now is kind of finish that up. This is going to this orbital power transmission. It's going to give us, let's see, some good stuff, right? So these force inductions are going to let us smelt a lot faster, but really I'm looking for this improved cargo lift. I want my cargo lifts to bring up more materials, and so to kind of help that along, we're going to increase their capacity, right? So that was 125, so let's do, let's see, so that's going to be 250, so let's just do 150. 150, and then we need 3 times that, so that's 450? Alright, so that'll kind of start doing its thing. Now, to help out, we are going to need, we're going to need to make our smelting area and our ore generation process a little bit better, because it's just not that great right now. So I've done a couple things in the off time. Let me kind of take you on a quick tour. Not much has changed, but a little bit here and there. So we've got all 4 corners up and powered. You'll see we got all that. So on the surface, we have all of the turrets, or the towers, I guess, have at least an initial complement of Mark III lasers. Mark III turrets, I should say. So these are doing their thing. I will definitely need to expand on this, because as it is right now, even with those, I mean, they don't run out of power, but they just don't pack enough punch to really do enough damage. So, and on top of that, we've been working on our little power level. So each corner has a couple turbines, and everything's nice and fed. And let me kind of show you what we got going on here, right? So over here, let's go to the beginning. So here is the input for all the high energy composite fuel that comes into this level, right? Comes down here, and this is a split essentially. So from here, this line powers up those, and here's the empty return line, and then from there, it just honestly just makes one big loop around the whole area. So you can see, like, here's a loop here, the loop continues that way, but it also branches off to feed these. Same thing over here, we just keep following it. And this is kind of what I was referring to before about like a service loop almost. So like here's its own little, once it splits off, it creates its own little buffer, right? But then the rest is free to continue on along the line. But you can see the line is completely saturated right now. So we don't have any movement right now, which is nice. It's perfect actually. And then all of the returns, except for that corner, they all kind of meet back up. I think that comes over here. This is the return line right here. Yeah, they all kind of, so it's that corner, this corner, and they all come over here. And I think they come up. Yeah, they attach to this, the empty return from these set of turbines that we did in a previous episode that just goes up right there by the reactor, or the refinery. So that's kind of something I did. It was real tedious and kind of boring to watch, so that's why I did it off camera. That way we don't have to worry about it. But other than that, that's not all I've been doing. Let me think here. Let me go up a level, because I installed a couple things that might help us. Actually, you know what? Before I get to that, let's check out our resin farm. Let's see where we stand now. I will tell you it's not functioning yet, and there's a couple reasons why that we'll get into. But I have at least started creating a box. So I've dug everything out. I completely encased this thing with these blocks, and we're slowly whittling it down and producing what we can. This is obviously like super temporary, but yeah, I decided to go with the reinforced rock, because it's just not the worst. But there's a couple things that we need to do to kind of get before this thing will be up and running. Okay. So aside from completely closing it off, right, we need an item. Let's see if I can show you. We need an item called a hive mind agitator, right? And here it is right here. So this hive mind agitator basically makes the hive minds grow, okay? But you can see we don't have any hive brain matter, which means we need, I think a chargeable explosive would work. The problem is I don't think we have those yet, right? Charge. Yeah. Oh, we do have them. Perfect. Okay. Maybe we'll do that right now. Okay, so lithium plates 32. I don't have like a quick plate maker, do I? I mean, other than that. Okay, let's just make some real quick. So we'll do something like this. We'll just go there and there. Add, remove, and we'll just simply do this. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll put the rest in our suit because they're nice to have. Alrighty, cool. Well, that was easy. Alright, so let's go get that explosive, and we'll go, luckily, well, I guess we have to be a little bit strategic about this, right? So we need to charge this, but we need to charge it off something that isn't a huge deal. Like something that's not running a whole lot. Like this. Or this. Because it'll just suck all the power, you know. But something that can also kind of regenerate quickly. I guess that's going to be okay for now. Huh. I know it's going to, like, obviously suck all the power out of that. But it's kind of whatever. Hey, free research point. I don't think there's anything recently that I need to get. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what the plan is over here, right? So there's a couple things I need. Number one, I need the hive mind agitator, right? That is going to end up going. So the way that works is you feed it power, and it agitates the little hive mind and causes all this resin to grow, right? So that works great, but it can work almost too well, right? So number one, that's kind of why this enclosure has been built, to contain the resin to within the container. Oh, let me see if I can get these. And number two, we need to get all of the infrastructure set up. And what I mean by that is we need to almost need to mirror this kind of setup, right? So we need to put batteries in, you know, different corners at different heights to allow us to reach every aspect of this, every corner of this room, right? So there's a couple of ways we can do this. You know, we can kind of get in the midpoints. So like here or whatever, you know, just come straight out from that, because I think here, let me get some distances here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. We can do. Okay. How far away is that? That's not what I was pointing at. Okay, so the hive mind's about 22-ish. 22, so about 25. Get out of there. 25 ways. And this is one of the things I've also been doing, is trying to get rid of all these little organic blocks that show up in here. So what we want to do, these have a range of 16 blocks. So if you consider that plus the height or the thickness of the battery and this and that, we want to build them all around here. So maybe have one here-ish, one directly above, you know, kind of just maybe some in the corners. I don't know. Do that so that when we put the hive mind agitator, right, the hive mind agitator will probably go, oh man, I don't know, somewhere, it'll go somewhere over here, maybe either over here or up higher. I'm not 100% sure on the placement. We'll kind of figure that out once we get everything in. But what we want to do, right, is we're going to take a little green laser and we're going to beam power to the agitator. And then what that's going to do is that's going to cause the hive to grow. But in order to limit how much the hive is going to grow, we are going to place the agitator and the power source in such a way that when the resin gets to be too much, it will it'll cut off the power, stopping the growth until our resin farm can beat the resin back and the power line can flow again, and then repeat the process. And that's pretty much how we're going to create the farm, right? So pretty easy. Is that coal? All kinds of stuff in here we got to get rid of. I see a bunch of coal, actually. Do I have... I don't know if I have a work floor excavator on me. The reason I want to get rid of all this stuff, all the extra stuff, is because that's resin, spots for resin that are being taken up, right? So, do I have... I do. I wonder if I can, like, cut that out. Just kind of see what happens. It won't damage any of my own blocks, and it won't damage the resin. And I don't even know if it'll see the coal. Oh, there you go. Kind of let it do its thing. I mean, I don't think it's going to do too much, like I said. But that is just kind of half of what we need to do. The other half is we need to set up power generation, and we need to send up refineries to handle all of the refined liquid resin that we get and turn it into fuel so we can throw it down into our lines on the power level. So I don't have all the materials for most of that yet. So that's definitely something that we need to kind of handle. I think once you build this, I think you need to leave an opening. Otherwise the resin will go through this stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but well, we'll leave a little doorway. Maybe have this stuff. You can see here I'm using energy grommets to pass the power through the wall here. But yeah, I'm going to need a bunch of these Mark IV batteries. So I'm thinking, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, at least 6. And then I'm going to need to beam the power to everything else. So yeah. Although, maybe I don't need to beam it on the inside. I could probably just do this and have all the power beaming go on the outside of the building. I don't know. We'll kind of figure it out. I'm probably going to move this anyway. Move it closer, or maybe move it over here so that... because it's just being powered by this little contraption right here. Move it over so we can get some more of this resin going. In the meantime, we're pretty good on the resin, so I'm not super worried about it. But anyway, that is not all that we've done. Let's take a look down here. I have set up... Oh, I threw in a lift for the copper because it was just time. So copper got a lift. And we also have... Is it over here or is it over on this one? Here we go. I set up some teleporters. So now we can go down to our tier 2 ores. See what's going on. See a little bit of the work I did here. Okay, so I have replaced the belts down here with pipes because I was tired of having to, having all the turrets up for the Minox, blah blah blah. So those are all coming up, and I've kind of dug out this area a little bit more because, as you might notice, we are getting low. Some of these ores are getting rather low. So that, like, 740,000 is not a lot. So what I want to do is, here we have some more, more deposits. I want to try to find supplementary deposits for all these ores, because once I get the improved cargo lifts, they'll be able to hold more than the 600, right? And yeah, like these are holding 500. And then basically I want to be able to, once I automate the tier 2 stuff, it's going to use a lot more ore than we're doing right now. We're really only making the alloyed machine blocks and sometimes using them for hardened machine blocks. So one thing I've done, you can see I got this battery down here, right? This is being fed from that that same battery that we were using for the to make the Mark III power core chargers. there's a couple things I need to do down here. Number one, I need to get cutter heads automated and sent down. In fact, I can get rid of this turret because I have everything I need, right? So get cutter heads down and distributed to these to make this extraction more efficient and send it down to nickel. Then I also need to source another nickel and another gold vein and just kind of see if we can tie it into these lifts. I don't want to move these lifts. I'd rather dig out trenches, and you can see I was kind of doing some digging, looking for other ores. Like, found another titanium. I don't think this one's too big. I don't remember though. Oh, just kidding. 25 million. So yeah, this is something that we're going to tie into the existing titanium, which is this lift here. So, you know, it requires. I've been doing a little digging. I want to try to get around some stuff. There's a big old lithium vein or tin, big old tin vein here. But we could probably come up and over, and once this is mined out, just straight shot into these storage hoppers. So it's just stuff like that, you know, running the power infrastructure, kind of organizing things a little bit better. You know, I might even have. I get the nickel's fine. I could always open up the walls here and go high. So just a lot of different things to do. But first, let's go check on that research. Let's see what's going on there. Because that's going to kind of be kind of a linchpin for a lot of stuff. And just to let you guys know, I am also planning, I'm figuring out the logistics of doing a build video where I actually go ahead and build the castle up finally. But do it in maybe a time lapse where everybody can watch. So stay tuned for that. That will happen. All right, what do we got? What? Hello? What did you... I mean, I know you unlocked a couple things, but anything that I need to unlock here? I will get these force inductions. I don't need them right yet because we're not really using them yet. We're not even close to using these, so not too concerned. But did I not get... What was it that I was waiting for? I was waiting for the lifts. Are these just unlocked? Did I... Oh, no, they'd probably be here, huh? Looking for lifts. Looking for lifts. Basic cart. I thought we got lifts out of that. Did I miss it in the recipe? Zipper merge, crystal scanners. Hello? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. Okay, so I don't know where the lifts are. Improved. Well, let's just do it this way. Improve. Okay. I could have sworn it said that. Hold on. Improved cargo lifts. All right. Well, I don't know. But we do kind of want to get the next one going. So, you know, I want to get this. I know I keep talking about it. I know. But I want to get this automated and get this set up in kind of a more. Let's take a look. Maybe that's something we can play around with today. Spider Bro, I haven't been feeding any energy because he kind of doesn't help. If we're being honest. Maybe I will make, because I could just siphon off all of these, everything I need. Maybe that's what I'll do right now. Let's make a boundary here, right? Whoops. I'll clean that up later. So we'll go to about here. Can I see it? Boom. And we'll just kind of come up. Maybe we'll even come up one more. Alright, so that'll be that. And then I'll make a whole room. How much do I want in between? Maybe that? 3? 3 should be okay, yeah. So we'll kind of come this way. We will come... I don't want to encroach on this. I put a little hole in here so I can see the status of the battery. So maybe I'll come to here. And I think if you do this, yep, builds it all the way to the ceiling. So if you get the top face with the build to me function, it'll just go all the way to the top. Now, I think that'll be enough. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. We'll obviously need to clean up the grounds around here. Alright, so let me kind of get this presentable, and then I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, so we got our room built here. Now, what I've done out here, I'm just going to have I've only got the copper hooked up right now, so I'm just going to break off these lines and kind of come this way with them, using these logistics grommets to cross belts as I need to. Right, so let's get copper set up. I'm going to basically mirror the exact same setup that I had. And I think I'm going to go have it come in this way and just build out over here. Now, one thing you can do with this setup is you can just stack it, right? So I can do stamper, 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 boom, and have that for all four lines. So we don't really have to worry about space too much. In fact, maybe I'll even go just this way. Just make it easy. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So I'm going to want stamper, stamper, stamper. And then we'll do something like this. And we'll have them condense again into another one of these. And then I'm going to want extruder, coiler. Research assembler makes that, so I need the PCB. Wouldn't you know it, those Falcors pick up everything. Okay, so PCB assembling plant. And then we just literally need to output into... I wonder if this needs hoppers. I don't think it does. I don't remember. I don't believe so, though. So it should just be something like that, right? And then we will kind of have a hopper here that just splits everything. Now, getting an even split isn't a huge deal because the merger takes 3 and then 1, right? So it just kind of has to work, I guess. Now, my only question, or the only thing I'm wondering, I guess, is this too close? Okay, guys, I think this is going to be the final layout. And I was doing a little brainstorming about how I'm going to fit all these in here. And I realized that I'm going to have to double up. So I'm going to have to put some kind of layer down, whether it's, glass or something, right? Something over the top of this when I build up, because without some kind of buffer, the hoppers and the belts are going to try to steal from each other. And that's obviously something I want to avoid. So I think I'm going to go about... Maybe I'll stack 2 at a time so I can at least watch them both working. And then, yeah, I'll show you guys kind of the final product. Alright, and just like that, we have the bars flowing. So let's go take a look inside. Well, let's look here first. So, like I kind of explained, I just had everything kind of cross over using logistics grommets. So... nice, easy, smooth transition. Anytime I need to split a belt, I throw a hopper down. So they're all flowing over and they're filling up the system. And let's go take a look at the system. So this is kind of the final design here. And by that I mean this is what we're going with, right? They're all the same. They're all mirrored. 4 levels. They all end up feeding these guys right here. So now the only thing left to do is to determine power. And there's a couple different ways to do that. So what I think I want to do, right? I think I'm going to just... You see I put a energy grommet there? I think I'm going to just kind of replace these walls with energy grommets. I'm sorry, this is not the last thing to do. This is something we need to do, but this is not the last thing that we're going to do. And if you notice, they all have an output off to the side, so that's kind of great. Make sure these are remove only. I did not set any permissions, because of course not. And then this will be add only. And then, oh, these guys aren't set up either. Okay, and then you Can I get you? Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'll plop some batteries down right here. And maybe get some Mark III lasers. Do I have any on my hotbar? No. It's okay. I'll just add them. Well, actually, let me replace that. Mark III laser. Do I... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, do I not have any? Actually, let's do Mark III batteries. Because why not? Okay. So then we'll just do lasers. Let me do this. Right. Okay, so those will at least start getting power once I turn everything on. And remember, I had these powered with how much do they need? I don't know how much power per second they need, but I had them powered with just power with the rig generator. So I'm not too concerned about making sure they have power. But what I am concerned about, so you can see I have these logistics grommets up top. These go straight into hoppers that are sitting up on the surface with my laboratory right in the middle. So what I want to do is route these lines up into there. Now I haven't really thought about the logistics of doing that, but I guess let's start on the left and work our way right, huh? So we'll just kind of come out. Now, obviously, these aren't going to produce anything yet because they're not powered. So, in the meantime, I'm going to move these that way. Right? So we'll just do something like that. Not get very far because we're up too high. Okay, so then I guess this one will just go... I'll send you to the farther one. Something like this. And then have you go like that. And then you'll just go straight in like so. And then you will kind of do the same thing. And then kind of same deal. We'll just kind of follow it down. Bring it up. Except we don't need to go all the way out. Right? That'll be enough. And then we, I don't technically need to put that glass down, but it's fine. So boom, just like that, those two are hooked up, and I'm just going to repeat the process over here. All right, and just like that, we have everything set up. Now, the only thing we're missing all around is power. So let's go take a look out here. So we got a couple options. I'm thinking we can do something along the lines of kind of putting batteries down. I kind of want to do something like this, right? We're using turbines down there for the big stuff. This isn't super huge. I mean, it's not small, but it's not super big. Do something like this. And then kind of... Oh, there we go. And then this way, everything will get fed. Actually, I'm going to just go... You never know what you're going to need. So I'll just do that. And then I just need to find a source. Like right here. In fact, I can actually just take from this one. Come over here. I still love how well my whole coal delivery system works. And then once we see stuff kicking on, it should be all powered up and ready to go. Let's see how it. Let's give it a second. Generator's kicking on. I see batteries starting to charge. That's a great sight. Let's go inside real quick and see kind of what we got going on. There you go. Research pods going up. That, oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so nice. Now I don't ever, oh my gosh, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh my gosh. Let's go take a look real quick. We're not completely done. We still have to power the lab, but yeah, I ended up, this is where it ended up kind of being, but oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Thank you, oh my gosh, so nice. Okay, throw some solar panels on it or something. I want to get the Mark II solar panel. I think that's in Ultimate Power Grid? Yeah, Mark II solar panels, but Mark V battery too. This is the battery I want to end up putting in each of those towers. The only problem is, if we look at that, oh, not you. We want Ultimate Power Grid. Look at that. Tier 2! And we don't even have Tier 2 set up yet. Yeah, getting Tier 2 set up is going to have to be a later episode. I just can't do it today. This episode's already running pretty long. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to set up a bunch of solar... Well, how do these organics work? Let me get 9 of these. Let me do that. And then I'll need what? Light and heavy chitin. Okay. Luckily, I have 1,000 of them in here. Boom. I'm just going to throw those on for the time being. See how those work. Let's give it a shot. I don't know how much power they get or they give. I think I'm in plentiful. So 45 is not bad. Let's throw them down. We have a huge face here. Yeah, there we go. Wow, that's actually filling up rather quick. 45 power per second. Okay. Well, let's just do something. I don't know. Basic rocketry. What do you take? Of course. How about missile defense? What do you take? Something easy. Am I really stuck with a bunch of stuff that I don't have automated? Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I guess on that note, I think we're going to call this an episode. Next time, I want to try to get the Tier 2 stuff doing the same thing, which means kind of revamping the whole Tier 2 area, which I think we'll kind of need. So that'll involve, I don't know, probably the collection down in the mines and the smelting and the outputting. So on that note, I'm going to call this an episode. Thank you guys so much for sticking around for this one. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button so you see when I post the videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.